What's up, guys? You're watching JamBoy TV, and we are back with another reaction. Today we'll be reacting to Copperhead Road official music video by Steve Earle. This was suggested by a patron, so you know how to check it out. I am not familiar with Steve Earle, and I believe this is a country artist, and it's been a little while since I checked out some country, and it's been a little while since I reacted to country. If you are a returning viewer to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a ton. There are 100,000 of you guys that watch my videos and return to my videos, but over 85% of you guys are not subscribed. I know it can be easy to forget because my videos just pop up. I do the same thing sometimes. If this is your first time to the channel, I am new to the rock genre, exploring the mini classic rabbit holes, having a blast. If you want to join me on that journey, take a second to scroll down, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss a video when I post. It helps out the channel tremendously. And if you guys are interested in exclusive content or you want to ensure that I react to your suggestion, definitely consider checking out the Patreon. The link will be in the description. I have tons of reactions to classic songs that got blocked here from YouTube, songs that I know you guys would enjoy. That being said, let's get right into this video.
Well, my name's John Lee Pettimore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw granddaddy down here. They only come to town about twice a year. They buy 100 pounds of yeast and some copper line. Everybody knew that it made moonshine. Now the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad, headed up a holler of everything he had. For my time, but I've been told he'll never come back from Copperhead Road. Whiskey in a big black Dodge, bought it at an auction at the Mason's Lodge. Johnson County Sheriff painted on the side. Just shot a coat of primer then looked inside. Well, him and my uncle tore that engine down. I still remember that rumbling sound. And then the sheriff came around in the middle of the night. Heard mama crying that something wasn't right. He's headed down to Knoxville with a weekly load. You can smell a whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. First round here and away. I've done 2 tours of duty in Vietnam. I came home with a brand new plane. I take the seat from Colombia, Mexico. I just planted up a holler down Copperhead Road. He's got a chopper in the air. We got screaming like I'm back over there. I learned a thing or two from Charlie, don't you know? You better stay away from Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road.
smoking song from Steve Earle. This was a fun listen. I really love how heavy the drums were in there from the very start. They were really just thumping away. You could feel it in your chest. Love the bass on this song. Love the piano that was in there. And I believe that was a steel guitar like in the beginning that I was seeing. There was kind of a glare on it, so I couldn't really tell. Once again, I'm not a music expert, but I think that's what I was seeing and hearing. Love the acoustic guitars on this one, and I like how simple the first half of this song was. If it stayed like that throughout the whole song, I would have been more than satisfied. But then they kicked it to another gear in like the second half. They turned up the intensity and blasted off. I enjoyed the aggression of the riffs in the second half and that cowbell that came in, or at least I think it was the cowbell. And the vocals on this song were outstanding. I love this guy's delivery. This song was super catchy, and I love the grit that he has in his voice along with the country flair. This is a very dynamic song, a tale of two halves. Once again, a really fun listen. Now let's check out the lyrics on this song. He said, well, my name's John Lee Petty Moore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw granddaddy down here. He only came to town about twice a year. He buy 100 pounds of yeast and some copper line. Everyone knew that he made moonshine. Now the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad, headed up the holler with everything he had. Before my time, but I've been told he never came back from Copperhead Road. Man, some great storytelling here. He really sets up the scene, gives you the perfect visuals, and gives you the background information as well. He comes from a long line of Petty Moores, and his grandfather was a notorious moonshiner. It also tells an anecdote about his grandfather's run-in with the IRS. They knew that he was doing some illegal moonshining and keeping his money off the books, so they wanted their cut, and they sent someone out there to collect, and he did not make it back from Copperhead Road. So you can really get a great visual of what kind of guy his grandfather was. He's the type of fellow that says, over my dead body. Next verse he says, now daddy ran the whiskey in a big block Dodge, bought it at an auction at the Mason's Lodge. Johnson County Sheriff painted on the side. He just shot a coat of primer, then he looked inside. Well, him and my uncle tore that engine down. I can still remember that rumbling sound, and then the sheriff came around in the middle of the night. Heard mama crying, knew something wasn't right. He was headed down to Knoxville with the weekly load. You could smell the whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. So now he's telling the story of his dad. So he went from his grandpa to his dad. He's talking about his dad and his uncle working on a truck that they got from a Mason's Lodge auction, and they used that truck to run whiskey back and forth. So obviously continuing in the family whiskey business. And in the midst of that, something happened to his father. He said the sheriff came in the middle of the night and his mom started crying. So usually when the police comes to your door in the middle of the night and your mom starts crying, he's delivering bad news. And it says the dad was on the way to Knoxville with the whiskey load, and there was some sort of fire that broke out. So maybe he died in the fire. It says you could smell the whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. So obviously some sort of large inferno. Last verse I'll go over, he says, I volunteered for the army on my birthday. They draft the white trash first round here anyway. I done 2 tours of duty in Vietnam. I came home with a brand new plan. I take the seed from Colombia and Mexico. I just planted up under a holler down Copperhead Road. And now the DEA's got a chopper in the air. I wake up screaming like I'm back over there. I learned a thing or two from Charlie, don't you know? You better stay away from Copperhead Road. So now he's talking about himself, the third. He tried to go down like a different route. He went to the army during the Vietnam War because he figured he might get drafted anyways. He ended up doing 2 tours, but he had a different plan for what he was going to get into when he got back. There's obviously something about being on Copperhead Road that incites a life of illegal activities. I think he's saying here that he decided to grow some Mary Jane. He said he's going to take the seed from Colombia and Mexico and plant it under a holler on Copperhead Road. So I feel like that makes sense for this time period around the Vietnam War. And then he said the DEA basically came and did a sting on him. They brought helicopters and everything, and I assume he might have escaped based on the skills he had from the army. He said I learned a thing or two from Charlie, you know. And then he said you better stay away from Copperhead Road. So he just went through 3 generations of his family's history, the crime they were involved in, and like how that kind of went. Really just some great storytelling and writing, and a great song as well. This is a fun listen, great recommendation from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I will catch you guys on the flip.